Hello, I'm Dr. Wendy Rowley of the Wonder of Human Design YouTube channel and the Wonder of Human Design website. And I say Happy New Year to you. It's January 1st, 2026, and we're starting something new. There will be a kind of like a New Year's update of the galactic creational level from the viewpoint of the side of spirit, as heady as that sounds. So in December, there'll start to be a human's perspective of the coming year. And in January, there will start to be the spirit perspective of the coming year. And this is a new two-part pairing video sequence that will go forward in this work that is unfolding through the Wonder of Human Design. And let's get into that space and see what comes. Oh, I just want to say to you, I am so happy to be able to bring this update to you. There is coming in 2026 a new and amazing ability. As the heart field of the Christ moves over in the June solstice to the new divine blueprint and the setups for what is coming in the next 4 to 5 years, there will be a feeling of benevolence that will wash down upon people who are tuning to the new energy. And this update is going to provide a little bit of information about that, as well as it'll be a little bit of an update about things you can do to attune to that energy and things that you can try in the way of tools to maintain a higher energy perspective and get out of, well, we call it the news bubble. And it's kind of like an energy up at the noosphere where our group consciousness is that has all the noise of human consciousness, from the news media, the televisions, groups, drama, all the stuff that is kind of making people anxious at this time. And that is going to be a tool to help you rise up above that. So first, let's talk about the new energies coming in through the year. And we're going to speak of them from a perspective of the galactic cycle, meaning from the equinoxes and solstices, and the special 2 times a year where soul groups of the planet are all used as planetary engines of change. And that happens in August, and it happens in December. And it just happened in this December winter solstice of 2025. And it kind of gets turned on like a switch about 10 days after that. And it happens again in August. People call it the Lionsgate portal, or the galactic portal, or the galactic enlightenment portal, and a variety of other terms. And there's a switch where that work is turned on about 10 days after that event. So this new energy is turned on. And in the winter solstices, it's energy that has come into the planet and is coming up into humans. And in the Lionsgate, it's like new codes coming in from the divine intelligence of the Creator that go down into the planet to all the various consciousnesses and helper beings and divas and elementals and pre-human consciousnesses that also pick it up, because you have those, because we are part of the earth and part of the overarching divine intelligence of the Creator within the planet. And so that gets turned on. And as far as going down and in and being received at a very high spiritual level, and then in the December solstice, doesn't matter which side of the globe you're on, it's just December in the Northeast, but it's in a quantum entanglement time, so it doesn't matter by date and calendar. It matters by the large galactic cycle of the solar system within a galaxy. And that's that perspective of the galactic cycle. So we're going to speak through this, and I'm speaking as a we because in high mind channeling, we are a we. And so I'll use the term we a lot. Okay, so I'm going to go around the year from starting in February because there is an event there that's changing this year. And then I'm going to go around the calendar for these equinoxes, solstices, Lion's Gates, and special portal in the December solstice of the northern hemisphere, and describe kind of the spiritual updates that'll be happening this year that are benevolent and will bring about greater benevolence over time and evolution. So in February, believe it or not, there's a window that opens up in the greater field that's kind of like the soul group release and leaving portal. It's not leaving the planet, but it's kind of like all those who are preparing setups to depart from their current incarnation. And it actually exists, and it's a very interesting portal. That's getting an upgrade in 2026. And that upgrade is in preparation for what we have spoken about quite loudly on the web, which is the Christ coming into the end-of-life incarnation, bardo, as scary as that energy sounds, but for amazing healing and evolution. Because believe it or not, that 3-day window is where a lot of evolution for souls happens. And the incoming 3-day window, or the window of birth, is where a lot of benevolent forces and feelings come through. But there's a special one at the end called resonance, and it's like the call home. So there's getting an upgrade, because we're moving from a paradigm of that doesn't feel right, that must not be the right decision, I have to figure out the right step, to, oh, that feels really good, that feels heart-centered, that feels like I'm connected, that's the right decision. In other words, from the Akash that was older and heavy and karmic, which has dropped away for everyone, to a heart field Akash, and that is a different paradigm. And there is no more sort of decisions made through the old suffering paradigm. It moves into the benevolent paradigm, because we have a pain body and we have a benevolent pleasure body. How else do those good feelings come into us that the soul will percolate in when we need them? That warmth in the heart, whether you feel it from your children, your animals, your pets, that feeling that makes you feel connected, that warmth, that light, that when that falls away, we're in a dark night of the soul, we feel disconnected, we might be depressed, but when we have it, we feel connected, we feel like life is okay, and it's a wonderful feeling. So that's February. In March, there's a huge shift in the ancestral energy, or what people call the ancestral grid. That's all the stored memories, everything that was created at the larger level. Large family groups, tribes, and nations through our histories, because we really are one. And only in an individual incarnation do we really become one. But we're really all one most of the time. But we become individual in our individual incarnations as well as part of a group. So there's going to be some profound ancestral healing, and there's also going to be a profound first step. For the first time in history, since ancient times, the archangelic group of the national spirits, they're called, that work these large soul groups in creational and evolutionary levels, are working with humans in the greater field. And that is beautiful, because that is the arrival to a particular state and good work that you all have been doing prior till now. Because there's a lot of groups around the earth who are working the puzzle and praying for peace. And if the percentage is enough, you get some more gifts during the Great Shift. And this is one of them. That there will be an upgrade of the ancestral energy off of a particular old pathway that didn't feel the benevolent gold ancestral level. Because if you're losing your old pain body and moving over to your pleasure body, you have to be connected to the golden Akasha's level for that and for information that is more advanced for your evolution going forward. It all makes sense when you hear it explained. It doesn't make so much sense in the way I've been talking in the past because I've used lots of terminology of the spiritual anatomy, why I've studied it. But I'm hoping to come back down to earth and be present on a more universal level now. Okay, so we did February and March. Let's go to the June solstice. We already said it's very exciting. I can't wait. Everybody's sort of talking about it. And have not heard details, but the camp I work with says the heart field of the human consciousness grid is moving over to a benevolent energy, and it's going to feel lovely if you rise up and ride that wave. And that's profound. So in the August Lionsgate, there will be therefore another upgrade of this galactic portal to rise up to that new energy. That was done at the solstice. And in the fall equinox, there will be another healing of the ancestral grid to rid what was between the spring ancestral equinox clearing, the upgrades you just did at the solstice and Lionsgate, and what you all healed by the time you get to the fall equinox. Interesting, a galactic healing cycle to the planet. Isn't that fascinating? Because there is one, a large one. It's a large overarching one. So that's the fall equinox. In this December winter solstice, there will be another benevolent event. And it marks a major turning point in your evolution, in our evolution. It means that the human consciousness grid is cleared enough that we can begin working the puzzle at the creational level. And we're going to begin healing the creational level of large family groups, tribes, and nations. And we, at that point, will be completely off the old Akashic lower karmic layer that still a large population of the people of the earth are on, while the indigos, the indigo children, if you've heard of that term, didn't come in with that. They do have the heart karmic Akash, the things we need to heal that were made out of alignment. But the one that we're all in, of those of us who didn't come in as indigos, which is me, a lot of work to do, we're lifting. We're doing a lot of lifting. That's one way to look at it. That's falling away for all of us. So this December, most likely we'll feel like, oh my God, a great weight is sort of gone. Something major has changed. And a lot of people will feel this. A lot of people will attribute it to things happening outward in the world. And a lot of people will attribute it to the Great Shift. And that's what I'm going to say about that. The overarching theme of 2026 from the spiritual perspective is one of upshift, upgrade, and transition. And like the previous years of 2025 and 2026, 2024, 2025, and 2026, it's the rounding down and ridding all old residues out in the greater field, not the great field where we plug into the planet, we feel like home and it's all beautiful and we are near perfected souls and we work the puzzle in our mastery, but it's the one where we come into the planet and plug into the system. We plug into the three consciousness of Gaia. The only word we have right now is Christ healing and evolutionary force of a planetary system. Maybe not quite associated with the religious person, but an energy that you can see in healing that often looks like white light with sparkles, but has been upgraded to look like white light sparkles with gold, with like a gold energy within it. A new luminous band, a new 24-hour circadian rhythm has come, a new dimension has come, and a new upgrade will have happened by the end of 2026 to enter 2027. And so this is probably the end of the hardest part of the work for many of the light workers. And I have said recently on YouTube that it is the heart field empaths of the Christ healing force and evolutionary force in their souls who came into the planet with this, particularly, if I may be so bold as to say, those who came through Arcturus and then came here and came in with those setups. Those are the people that are particularly feeling the pain on Earth and all the disharmonies going on and the craziness and the fighting and the newspapers and the negative news and the murders and the darkness and the countries and almost having wars and people just acting out and revolutions, and they just really are feeling it. And for them, I would like to say by June of 2026, you should feel some relief. So hang in there. Hang in there, hang in there. So what I'd like to do now is share for particularly those heart field empaths or anyone who feels the call to just sort of feeling like it's all getting to be a little too much, and the news and the people around you who are resonating to all the mundane levels of all the problems and we have gone from national consciousness of the 60s where we mourned as a nation on television, JFK, we saw men on the moon, and all of a sudden global consciousness, and it's a lot to handle. Suddenly it's not just our neighborhood and our families and our lives, and then airplanes and everything opened up. We now have the whole world to worry about, and it's a lot. It's a fast transition, and it's a lot, and it's overwhelming, but it'll shift. So I'm going to give an exercise, and this will work particularly well for women and very well for the women heart empaths, because women have a third energy field that men don't have. We have a third energy heart connection that men don't have, and ours goes right out to the greater field, to the heart field pain body of humanity, and it goes out to the field, and it goes out to the greater field where we're near perfect, to the divine intelligence of soul groups. Or else, how else could women birth souls and provide babies and vehicles for humans to have experiences and come? So it makes sense, does it not? Okay, so this exercise is 3 parts. Earlier on YouTube, in how to prepare for the incoming Christ energy healing force or something, it's maybe 4 series back, we gave a breathing exercise. We're going to repeat that. And the breathing exercise is part of this. But it's an energy intention alignment that we're adding to it. So the breathing exercise is 4 breaths in, hold for 4, 4 breaths out, hold for 4. 4 breaths in, hold for 4, 4 breaths out, hold for 4. And when you first start this, as I experienced, sometimes you can feel a little panic and weird energy going on, and you want to stop, and you maybe stop for a minute, and then you go back in and you do it. And if you keep doing it, eventually it's like the pathway smooths out and you begin to breathe. Here's a little trick. It's a Jinshin Jitsu healing art handhold, because I studied that too. It's a Japanese healing art. It's a hands-on, like an acupuncture, but gets more levels than acupuncture does, healing art of human to human. So if you take your ring finger and you put it over, if you take your thumb and you put it over what we call the ring finger, often where wedding rings go, or engagement rings, and you hold this opens respiration. If you're a runner, this is great. It's like getting an automatic second wind, which I am, or I was. I hope to get back. It's been a little intense. We're hoping for it. And And that'll open respiration. And if you do that while you do the breathing exercise, that'll help that respiration come into alignment with your heart and your intentions faster. So all breath work is about aligning the heart and the head, basically, and bringing those into an alignment, or the head in alignment with the heart, and being heart focused. So we do the breathing, 4 in, hold for 4, 4 out, hold for 4. Count of 4 in, hold for 4, count of 4 out, hold for 4. Now the intention. We intend the benevolent pleasure body. We intend the new energy of the Christ healing and evolutionary force coming into the death bardo. And we intend the new setups. And we ask the Creator in our soul to align to it. We intend the new pleasure body. We intend the new Christ coming into the death bardo. We intend the new setups and evolution. And we ask the Creator and our soul to come into it. And you just keep doing the breathing. And you can hold these if you need it to open respiration. And if you do that for about 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to start to feel like you're rising. It takes about between 5 to 10 minutes. And there's almost like a feeling like rising up. And allow it to happen. And keep your intentions, your energy, your confidence. To work with your spiritual nature, you must be confident that you can do it, certain of that. You must be joyful. Oh boy, I can't wait, this will fix it. And you must be not in doubt, certain, doubt, joyful, and in alignment. And I think there's another one, but I'm forgetting. So anyway, so you want to be, yes, I can do this. I am a master. My soul out there in the greater field is a master, and I'm calling it in. And yes, I am certain, and I will not have doubt, because doubt's just a form of fear. And I will also allow myself to be joyful, whether I need to think of warm kittens, my kids, whatever it is, rising up, rising up, rising up, seeing something I want, whatever it is. Attuning just to the divine and the Creator. Some people, that's all they need. And that's what it is for you. Get a heart alignment and then do your intentions. Benevolent pleasure body, the new Christ coming to the death bardo, the new evolutionary setups and evolution, the soul and Creator come into this alignment. 5 to 10 minutes, I'll be rising up. And you literally are twisting a very high level of the heart field, which is related to that resonance that I spoke about, and you actually are, that is starting to twist, and you're going to go up a little higher, because that is becoming active in all of us with the changes that went on in 2025, and the changes that will be going on all through 2026. So this is the complete How to Stay Balanced 2026 breathing and intention tool and exercise for you that I'm offering. Other people have other tools, but this one's been working for me. And the first time I just did the breathing, we didn't have the same intention in that exercise on YouTube. I noticed something really interesting. It was like I was in this much slower time and everything around me was going really fast. I had that a few times. I don't know if it's going to be different now after this winter solstice and this upgrade and whatever, but I'm looking forward to having fun to find out. So one of the things that you can think of working with your spiritual nature is to have fun with it. What can I feel? Oh, my soul, because you create your spiritual experiences. Oh, my soul, give me validation of my spiritual nature and of this being true and real. Lift me up in these intentions and ask for that because you create that. So I tend to say that all the time, especially after I've broken into a new paradigm as we ratchet in this work, as I bring in woman's resonance healing and woman's resplendence healing. Those two paradigms. And that's all coming down from 4 healing classes to 2, starting through this year. And I am online to teach that in January 2027, but I will offer some workshops through 2026 to help women that are interested jump up to that, because this work is pure woman's work. And only a woman can bring that in, because it's got to be someone who has the third energy field. So that's what best explanation I have for that. So I am done with this. Thank you for listening. If you would be kind enough to like and subscribe to help this work get out. And there are the Great Global Healing Parties free online on YouTube as a playlist on this website, or on this Wonder of Human Design website. If you go to YouTube, there's links all over this website, and join in for free, because you get the healing individually in your higher self level, but you give that healing to everyone on the human consciousness grid, because the Creator's healing systems are designed as pay-it-forward systems. You create gold used in the future, and they are also benevolent systems where everyone gets the healing, both the healer and the healee. Because in order to rise up to help someone, you have to have that complex cleared. You cannot heal another if you have the same complex as they have. You have to clear yours first. And that's an interesting premise. And that's why healing paradigms like Reiki, Jin Shin Jitsu, Unity Field Healing with Dr. John Ryan, Peggy Phoenix DeBro's EMF balancing technique, and many other healing paradigms that people have brought in, all are using guides of soul and higher creational beings to do that healing, to uplift the healer and the healee. And that's how those systems work. So the resonance healing and the resplendence healing are also paradigms like that, and they are able to do that. It's those types of paradigms where the healer and the healee both rise up with the healing, as opposed to just, oh, let me help you with that, and I'm going to put hands on and do this and that, and balance your energy field and help your electromagnetics and do things of that nature, and get your breathing and release. And there's those types of healing, hands-on things. So there's many, many levels of the healing paradigms. But I wanted to explain that for clarity for people who don't know that. All right, I wish you a very, very happy, blessed, abundant, and joyful 2026. And know there's many groups out there. If my flavor doesn't work for you, keep looking on the web. There's other groups there, people doing juicy work. It's like people are part of a puzzle, and we're all bringing the puzzle together, doing different aspects. And you can be part of the solution and the uplifting to greater peace on Earth for now and for thousands of years into the future, until all of these are active in all of us. Because Alienia says in 500 years, all the work that went on in the Great Shift will be in every human soul. And that's beautiful. And that's how she says healing and evolution happen. I'm Dr. Wendy Rowley of the Wonder of Human Design YouTube channel and the Wonder of Human Design website. And thank you very much. Goodbye.